Hey, day 124, the DynCorp harvest. Well, Trump just spoke at CPAC, and I don't know if people saw this tweet this morning, but he said find the leakers within the FBI itself. Classified information is being given to the media that should have a devastating effect on the U.S. Find now. This is the tweet that we've all been waiting for, because he has, I think, a following of 40 million, some people, maybe more than that, all around the world. And it's going to put the focus on who in the FBI is the mole that leaked the Mexico conversation, the Australia conversation, the China conversation, basically every conversation he has. And this goes back to what I was saying before about how the CIA used to be. When the CIA and DynCorp was just about really gold, they used to call it God, the God commodities, gold, oil, and drugs. Kind of in the George Bush days, Mena Airport, they had a fine hand. There was almost honor among thieves. You know, they didn't want the heroin going near schools and so forth. And even in The Godfather, you see that scene. But then when the next generation comes along, the George Bush, W. Bushes and the Hillarys, they get into this virus and vaccine testing, this sex trafficking, this organ harvesting, and so forth. It's the same way with slow-footing an investigation, which is McCabe he's the leak and he's the one slow-footing the Hillary investigation. Comey used to, with the same group of criminals, Comey at least would come out and have that little Hamlet act where he would kind of wrench his hands and punish her a little bit, at least a slap on the wrist. And he's done that 7 different times. Finally, he had to sentence Mark Rich, and Mark Rich had to leave the country. So that's what caused the whole pardon thing. But Comey's been able to slowfoot the Mark Rich thing for 33 years by meting out small punishments. This, with McCabe, is the scot-free approach, which, you know, everyone just walks away with no punishment whatsoever. And that always is the thing that bites you in law enforcement when you do the scot-free thing. I think scot-free comes from when King James's court, if it was a Scotsman that had done anything, they just let him walk. And this is what's going to kill him, because now Trump knows it's McCabe, and he's going to let the pressure build day after day now for people in the FBI field offices to start turning in information. And what really is going to be bad about this is it's going to remove that coercive force, that extortion force, that coercive force at the top. When the coercive force at the top is removed, and that's sort of like when Al Capone ends up going to prison for tax evasion, then the whole network falls apart, and then it has to reform. So this is the key linchpin, as I've said from the very beginning. And then, again, he would be smart today to come out and say, we're going to release the 650,000 emails metadata to regain credibility. Otherwise, all the extortions that he's done, all the entrapments, he spent years and unlimited amounts of money just to do his PR entrapments. The Portland Christmas tree bombers is the case that I got involved in. That's why he's kind of come after me. But he would be smart now just to publish the metadata, or at least come out and say how many are classified and how many are not classified, and what the subjects are, and who the 19 Gmail accounts are. If Andrew McCabe is smart, he won't continue with this scot-free strategy, and at least come out with those and make it look like he's doing an investigation. Also, sending 200 officers from the Miami office to Haiti and investigate Monica Peterson's death is the other thing he could do to rebuild some credibility. Okay, more later this afternoon.